So hello and welcome everyone to this very exciting workshop that we have today. So I'm Victoria and I'm the Education for Sustainability Coordinator at Anglo-Ruskin. So I'm going to be helping Beatriz and Carmen and Kate with this workshop. Hopefully you will have had a chance to look in the chat box and will have seen that this event actually forms part of a whole week of events that we're doing at Anglo-Ruskin. It's our first ever Sustainable Fashion Week and it's been entirely designed and run by students, and the aim of this week is to empower our students, our staff and our local community to start making a change right now because it's so needed. So I'll hand over to Kate now to introduce herself as well.
Hi everyone, my name is Kate and I'm the project manager for the Sustainable Fashion Week and also a third year LLB student. And I will be working with Victoria to support Beatriz and Carmen in the delivery of the workshop today. And now, as you may have figured, I'm delighted to introduce our hosts, Beatriz and Carmen. Beatriz Acevedo is an artist academic, and she was awarded the National Teaching Fellowship in 2020 for teaching excellence, as you can figure out as well. And Carmen is an eco-artist, and she's finishing her dissertation on arts and politics. They're the co-founders of the RawTag, which is an art and education for sustainability project that aims to interrogate our personal responsibility regarding our consumption of clothes. As you will have seen, we are recording this event, so you will be able to rewatch it on YouTube, and I will be sending a link to Paul everywhere a bit later. But for now, I'm handing over to Beatriz and Carmen. Please start, and yeah, good luck. Thank you everyone for joining.
Thank you very much, Victoria and Kate and everybody who is attending this workshop. It's midday, we are hungry, so I promise that you will get a lot of food for thought for in this workshop. So I'm going to start by sharing the screen with the presentation, and then let's start with this. And well, eventually you can do a bit of a presentation. So RawTag, what we think about RawTag. Raw, what do you think about raw? Like things that are not cooked, things that are
organic.
Organic, but are not cooked, but also raw materials, don't we?
Materials.
Yeah. And when we think about tag, what is a tag? Price, exactly. Very good point. It's the things that we have when we go to the shop, our Mangoes, our Zaras, we always check the tag. How much is it? Yeah. How much are we paying for this? Yeah. So in a way, what we are going to present with RawTag is to make sense of the things that we are paying for in our consumption of clothes. And it's going to work it's an interactive workshop. So we are going to make you a lot of questions and we're going to talk about things, and it's going to be fun. It's always fun. It's actually an eye-opener, and Kate and Victoria, we already experimented together and they were like, oh my God, so really. So we created RawTag with Carmen in 2015, and it was all about trying to she's an artist, an academic, also I work in art. So we wanted to put something together about how can art help us to make sense of sustainability. So we came with this. It's an educational art project aimed at exploring the encounter of narratives, the narratives that we carry about our clothes and the narratives of production and consumption of clothes. So, but that will be made clear later. 1 second, it sounds a bit like, a definition, no? But never mind. The important thing is that what we're going to be today is to explore our relationship with clothes, explore where they come from, explore why we love them so much, why we spend so much time trying to find something to wear. I don't know if you are the type of a woman who open their closet and say, I have nothing to wear today, or, or maybe you have a uniform, or maybe you use clothes for certain things, or maybe you don't care so much about clothes, but nevertheless you wear them because at least in public you need to wear them. So we're going to be exploring our relationship with the clothes, and also we are going to explore the story of the clothes themselves, where they come from, how we use them, how we dispose of them. So all those elements of the supply chain. So a little a little background about RawTag, how we started?
Yes, we start in this call to put a proposal in Cambridge Sustainability Residence after we met in the Royal Opera House. And from then we had made different type of events, workshops, we had presenting galleries. And last year we were invited in the Climate Action Week in London. So we trying to make awareness not only in the gallery, but also in community places, schools, and also in universities and conference.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what we basically is that this idea of RawTag is now part of a compulsory module on the business school about responsible business. So the idea is that the students are going to take the same that we are going to be doing today, but in 12 weeks. And at the end, they have to present a report about what their relationship with clothes, their where the clothes come from, but they also have to produce a poster or an artifact. So the artifact goes and inform our exhibitions across the country, or so we use what the students have produced as part of exhibitions. So it has this thing about being education, but also being art. And we truly believe that everybody is very artistic, very creative, regardless their sort of technical ability. And our purpose is to say everybody can be creative, and we all can find creative ways to deal with the problems of the world. So this is more or less the thing. Now we're going to the exercise. Yay! So the exercise has 3 parts: love, think, and act. And that is basically what is RawTag. We're going to think about why we love our clothes. We're going to think where they come from, and we're going to create ways of acting on the knowledge that we are going to be aware. So the first thing that I would like to ask you, please, is go to paulf.com, Beatriz Asen. We can put it in the chat. Lovely Kate was going to put it in the chat.
Yep, it is in the chat now.
Okay, perfect. And I would like that you start with this question. But let me share properly. 1 second. I need to new share. And I have to go to, where is it? Well, everywhere. Share this one. And yeah, perfect. Paul everywhere. So please respond to paulf.com, Beatriz Asen, why you love your clothes. Try to use 1 or 2 words, not more than that. Comfort, very good. Comfy, yeah, a lot. Yeah, what else?
Personality.
Very good. Comfy, alive, great. What else? Why we wear our clothes? Reflect, personality. That's a big one, yeah. Comfortable. Yes, the protect us is a basic need of being protected and covered. Comfortable, comfort, personality, identity. That's a big one. The mood. Totally right.
Yes.
Yeah, today I was in the mood for this more kind of line and type of things. Very good expression, confidence. Absolutely true, isn't it? Anything else that is coming? I'm going to, okay. Comfortable and personality, passion. Self. Excellent. Passion. Yeah. Personality, ideals. Yeah. Concentrate. Yeah. Alive. Warm. Self. Yeah. Self. Yeah. Alive. Personality again. Confidence. Mood is so important. The mood. I mean, you are not going to wear a pajama to an interview. No way. Confidence, and you want to wear clothes that kind of make you feel confident that you are maybe in a professional setting. Then you want to look that you are looking the part. as they say, dress it until you make it. Very good. Social political statement. Oh, how interesting this political statement. With your clothes, you are saying who you are and telling a lot of things about your personality. And I think that is very true that we normally get to know. I mean, we are reading very easily people, you know, if we see a person with a suit, we are thinking banker or is working in the city. Whereas if we see the status, and also if you see a person with, I don't know, with more kind of colorful clothes, we tend to think artist, creative. Yeah.
The mood, of course.
Their mood, yeah, definitely. I don't know what is the mood today. So if people want to say things and want to open the mic, please do it. But let's go to the first thing. Okay, let's think about this. I think that what you're saying is very true. It's all about personality. Clothes are who we are. We dress the part that we want to show to the world. We want to show a personality, a profession, a mood, a political statement. So clothes, of course, they are covering us and they are kind of providing a basic solution to a basic need, but they are going more than that. They're going with the personality and with the identity that you were mentioning it. Very good. So yeah, that's very good. So I'm going to call your attention now back to this slide. I'm sorry, I'm going a bit here and there, but you will forgive me. Share. And I want to call your attention about the business of fashion. This idea about reflecting our personality, being comfortable, expressing ourselves, expressing our mood is a big business. Fashion contributes to 2% of the GDP, world GDP. So it's not neglectable at all. But it also has a lot of components. You have the production of raw materials, the production of textiles, the design process, the garment production, the transport to the market, how we are doing the retail and distribution, the marketing. What are the brands that we are favoring? Are they favoring certain image of the female body? So we need to be thin and size 0 to fit into this idea of the fashion, or what? Yeah. And the sales and the consumption and the disposal. And I wanted to put here the use and the disposal as important things, because although all of this is important, is where we use it one of the key parts of this process. Now, the problem is that, and I don't know if you can think about how much percent of your wardrobe you really use, 50%, 100%, or only 25%? Well, I'm sure that is less than 25% because it's normal. And this is because you have nothing to wear, because, sometimes we tend to use certain clothes or others are maybe too hidden. So that's an important thing to consider. The other thing is that it's one of the industries that produce more environmental, and you know that, otherwise you wouldn't be here in this presentation. And 60 million people are working in the fashion industry worldwide. So now the invitation for you is, now you know the situation. Let me share the other thing. No? Share. Now I would like you to go to the brand that the clothes that you're wearing at the moment, and what are the clothes, what is the material that is made of, So have a look. They normally have the link here. The tag. Where is my tag? Ah, yeah, here. So it says linen or cotton or whatever. So which one is yours?
This says merino wool.
Merino wool, so wool. So you can put it there, wool.
Merino wool.
Yeah.
Cotton. That's great.
Yes, very interesting. A lot of people wearing cotton, but we'll see, because when everybody put the results, then we'll see what is the most popular material. Please, everybody, put your material here. And the people who have already put your material, can you go to internet and find out the environmental, what it is made of the environmental impact of cotton, acrylic, cotton. So you Google it and try to find out what is the environmental impact of your favorite clothes or the clothes that you are wearing. Wool, very good. So a lot of people wearing cotton, which is very interesting, because cotton, it's
the
related.
impact is less aggressive. Depends.
Yeah, it's very easy. If it is organic cotton, it can be very less, but it depends. I have a little app here that can tell us things about cotton. So please have a look on the environmental impact of your clothes. If you can go Google it, it's really not, I'm not going to give you a specific website, although you can go to Fashion Revolution or the Ethical Consumer Report, etc. So I would like you to investigate, while we are doing this, the environmental impact of the material. But also, if you know the brand, also go to Good on You, that website. I need to put it somewhere, maybe in the chat. What is the chat?
That's a very good one.
Yeah, Good on You. Kate, would you be so lovely to put Good on You on the chat, please?
I'm just doing it.
I don't have to ask anything. She's so quick. I want to see the chat, because I think that there are things interesting in the chat and I am not seeing them. Chat. Okay. So if you want to say things, Balnur, the fashion consultant, adds that cotton farming also use high levels of pesticides and toxic chemicals that seep into the air. Very, very important, Balnur. We think that cotton, although it's a soft material on us, if it is not organic cotton, can be one of the most polluting, materials. So if you can interrogate for your brand, yes, it is, but don't worry, this doesn't stop here. Balnur, I am with you. It's very sad, but we'll see. We'll see that we have options.
The consumption is.
Yeah. Very good. The about rayon, yeah. But go also, well, now you found about your material. If you have done already and you have a bit more time, go to Good on You. It's a great website, which is evaluating different brands and how they are doing about sustainability. Because remember that sustainability is not only about environmental issues, but the social issues and the economic issues. So how much prosperity are they giving, but especially what type of people are being employed in the fashion industry, no?
And what we do with the products.
Yeah, that is another very important thing, because I don't want that you keep thinking like, Balnur, especially, I'm going to respond this to you. It's not only about that you have purchased or have bought something like this. It's about how many times you use it, you wear it during the year. How do you care after it? Do you wear it and straight away you wash it? Because that generates much more environmental impact than the production itself. So although this exercise is to make us sensible about the materials that we have in our clothes, we don't want to leave you with the impression that this is the only environmental impact. The most of the environmental impact is how we wear the clothes. How many years we keep that clothes, yeah? How we dispose of it and how we wash it or look after it. You know that washing jeans can be also very water demanding. So maybe you don't need to wash your jeans every time that you wear it. Maybe every 6 months is okay. I don't want to encourage filthiness, but think about how are you using your clothes. Okay, then I'm fine. I have 24/7. Great, that's wonderful. There are some, but what about your other clothes? Are you also wearing them that much?
That's a big problem with fast fashion.
Yeah.
And make us just get clothes and waste it very quickly and don't use anymore.
Yes, you're totally right, Carmen. The fast fashion also makes us want more. Yeah, H&M is trying. You know, and also we need to be very aware of greenwashing, because now people are more aware. Then brands are starting to say, oh, we need to show that we are really good.
Ethically, yeah.
Yeah,
right.
but we have, I mean, give them the benefit of the doubt, of course, because if they are making an effort, especially the big players, that is huge. But you know what happened with Boohoo and Leicester, the Leicester garment workers, no? Yes. That they were, because during the COVID, the Leicester factories kept on working, and therefore this is because Leicester became one of the hot spots for the virus. So there is a lot of complexity, because brands can say, oh, we are not producing the garment, we are subcontracting, but you have also a responsibility there. It's not that you can say, oh no, it's others who are doing it, and we didn't know.
Or sometimes they just believe it's the materials they use, but it's the whole process.
Totally right. Yeah. It's not only the material, but the whole process. What are the human resources involved? What are the conditions of people? Are they having a minimum payment? Are they having good conditions to work? Do they have flexible working, especially in these industries? It's very gendered, so many women work in these industries. So it's very important to consider all these aspects. It's a brand from Turkey. That's so interesting. Yeah, sea salt is surprising. You're totally right, Felicity. Yeah, I like sea salt, but it's a start. It's one of the, at least it's a brand that is small, but it's the supply chain that can be so complicated that made these processes obscure and not totally fine. But there are a lot of good brands around. I mean, my favorite brand, which is Gudrun Joden, is a very good brand for clothes. People Tree, Finisterra, I mean, Patagonia. And there are prices that are competitive, because sometimes you feel with clothes that you need them to invest a lot of money. Not necessarily, but the important thing is to look after how you look after the clothes. Right, okay, so.
Beatriz, sorry, one of the guests is asking if she can talk, I think maybe.
Yeah, yes, please, go on.
Yes, hello everyone. My name is Luisa, and I'm actually so excited about the topic that you are talking today. I just wanted to add out what you are already said before, and it's like, for example, these international companies related to fashion, as H&M, they, for example, they have the workers on one side, on one country, and where they sell in another country. So they take advantage of people, of of people that are in poor region circumstances, and they don't respect the rights of the workers on there. First of all, because the legislation is not covering the regions as the same as the places where are selling. But in addition, like brands and as these multi-fashional companies, they are as well creating a big impact on the environment because of the chemics they are using for producing specific t-shirts. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So because the regulation on the environment is not well constructed on there. For example, that chemics are going to the water, and the levels of different components as mercury or peroxides or other chemics are going to the rivers, you know, where is the water that is going to be used for the land, for the rice, for the onions, for what people in Indonesia is eating. So the fact is not only if I am using one t-shirt forever and I'm contributing. What is the back of what I'm buying, the product, the t-shirt that I'm buying? Is that water, you know, like the consequence of buying one t-shirt is like maybe not even I'm killing the environment only. I'm killing other people, but in an indirect way. So it's a huge responsibility of what I'm buying, which is my day by day, and if I really think that is worth it for investing on £5 t-shirt and not carrying out the human rights and the protection from the environment. That is everything I wanted to contribute. Thank you.
No, very good. I think that you hit the nail because we might think only on the environmental aspects, but the social aspects and the different ramifications of that pollution and the water, as you said, and why we're sometimes, as you said, the company, because in the production process is using the water of others to drink. So maybe the people in the villages or in the places don't have enough water to drink clean water.
Less like there's 5% nowadays of probability of one new baby, yeah, one early child to pass over the 5 years old.
For the water
is that polluted? Yeah, is that polluted? That you are creating an impact on that society. They are not evolving and they are getting ill and they are seeing that their territories is getting impacted, but no any law is protecting them. Or no any company creates a real change on what they have to do. It's not only creating, you know, in the news, like, hey, we are going to change, we are doing this, and maybe we are contributing 10% on recyclable materials. No, it's not that. It's how you produce, what you are doing, which is the impact that you are creating.
No, you're totally right. And this is part of what we want to do. And one of the things that we like a lot is the true cost is a film that in a way has called the attention of the world and the fashion world about it. So you can put it here, yeah, there in the chat. And you're right in the sense of who is responsible. You know, I think that is the point of this is to say who are responsible, who need to do something. And I would like to say that we are all responsible, that we cannot wait for the government or the companies, and we have power in our pocket in the way that we are deciding what to wear, what to buy, how to use it. And therefore, I feel that it's important, the issue of the personal responsibility here. And the project was born also because of that sort of, who is responsible? Who can we go and talk? Yeah, we talk to H&M, can we talk to them? Can we talk to the government? But also to realize, hey, hold on a minute. I have power. I can change things, and I can change starting with myself. So I would like to invite you to respond the following question in the poll everywhere, which is, what can you do? You know, what can you do to I know the first thing is where your clothes come from. Before that, I'm sorry. So if you want to go to the map and think where your clothes come from, because it's very much what we were talking before. I don't remember your name. I forgot it. The lady who was speaking before, I could not see your name.
Sorry, Luisa.
Luisa, muchísimas gracias.
Gracias a ti.
Luisa, you were hitting the nail, ¿no? Lo que decimos en Spanish, le estás dando al clavo, which is where our clothes come from. So it's not only the environmental impact of the material, but in all those places that you are showing here, you know, Russia, Brazil, Spain, Italy, India, Bangladesh, China, you know, even we have people in your clothes come from Greenland. Fantastic. So what is the impact of our clothes in those places? So I would like to invite you to think about what can you do for a change? You, Luisa, Rosa, Nat, Deborah, Kate, me, Carmen, what can you do for a change? Yeah.
Sorry, I can see someone's being not muted. I don't know, Beatriz, if it's you or someone else. Can you please mute yourself?
It's not us, the one with the radio in Spanish, no. And it's a radio from Spain because it's telling rude words in Spanish. Buy secondhand, eco-labeling, very good point. You know, save up. Research, yes, you're totally right. Research. Before buying, research, mend them, excellent. Use them more often, buy less, buy more consciously. It's true. I mean, you can change, you can find the brands that are doing good. Yes, or you can go also to secondhand shops, you know, but there are very competitive ones. You would be surprised. Have a look on People Tree and have a look on Finisterra. Yeah, I understand because I invest money in these good room ones. Look for fair trade items, awareness, contact companies. Exactly. If you start saying, hey, what are you doing? Hey, yeah, exactly. You can write. Now companies are listening more to the consumers. And I'm going to give you an example that is very close to us. I've been working in the sustainability of in the sustainable policy of the university for ages. And one of the things that we wanted to do was that the university check the ethical investments. And we were saying it and saying it and saying it. Well, yeah, we're going to do that. Yeah. It took a group of students who said, hey, we want to know about your investments to change the policy. So customers can change policies. Talk to friends. And yeah, you know, the one thing that we do. We started like that. Precisely. Conversations. And also what we do is to swap clothes, you know? We organize swapping events, swapping parties in which we not only exchange the clothes themselves, but we exchange the stories of the clothes. So that is something nice to do. Try apps like Olio to exchange clothes. Excellent, fantastic idea. Use social network. Yes, very good the social networks, but be aware of the click engagement. The political engagement is not only to do click. Shop vintage, secondhand, excellent opinion, excellent view. Very good. Yeah, well, no, you're nailing it really with this. Ask your grand. I'm sure. seek out social enterprises support people who can afford to buy. Yeah, exactly. That's another very important point. I mean, to share. There are so many things that we can do to change the situation, you know. And of course, we are all angry. I'm absolutely angry all the time. I mean, as they say, if you are not angry, it's because you are not paying attention. But what are you doing to change that? What are we doing to change that? You know, are you volunteering? Are you helping? What are you doing? You know, so that's a very good point. The social enterprises, or create social enterprises. You know, you are all young, intelligent, clever, and talented people who have the opportunity to change the world with the social enterprise, while at the same time making a living, no? So, and part of what we want to do with RawTag is to make it into a sort of charity or a social enterprise in which we can give these workshops with different communities, yeah, and to work with the designers and with consumers. So yeah, it's plans for the future, but
still thinking, yes.
Still thinking about it. So you share. So I'm going to finish this by saying the thing. I would like to show you a video that we had from one of the students who started with this program, and let's see if it works. Play.
My fiance actually got it from me. That's why maybe it's so special for me. I particularly loved one night. We summarized because we've been together 7 years. So that night we saw.
Oh, sorry.
My fiance actually got it from me. That's why maybe it's so special for me. I particularly loved one night. We summarized because we've been together 7 years. So that night we summarized like all our 7 years, you know. We said the good things, the bad things, the things we should improve in our relationship. And it was really a good night because, to be honest, this last year wasn't great. Between our relationship wasn't really great, but that night, from that night, it was really good because we explained each other what happening and stuff like this. Dear Iman, I'm made of viscose, an artificial fiber made from wood pulp and treated with highly toxic chemicals such as caustic soda and sulfuric acid. Wow, that's good. The process is highly toxic and polluting water and air. It was made in China, a country that is used for cheap clothes production, a process that is normally subcontracted. The problem is that factories in those countries hardly comply with health and safety issues, paying below the minimum living wage and employing children. Now I know this, but do other people know? Now I know this, but do other people know? Now I know this, but do other people know? Now I know this, but do.
Okay, guys, so that is the question. Now that we know this, how can we do things to improve, to change, etc.? So I'm going to stop sharing the screen, and I would like to, I don't know if people want, I want to open the discussion, isn't it? Okay. Not everybody. One per one, please, not at the same time. Can you? I am opening the discussion.
So sorry about my sound here. I've got a washing machine on, but I just wanted to talk a bit more about like the lifespan. Like, what would be? Are we just supposed to like try and keep clothes going for as long as possible? Or is there any sort of statistics about, you know, if you can extend this life by a year or by 2 years, like what is the environmental impact of keeping those clothes going for as long as possible?
No, I don't have data at the moment about it. I just know that, and it depends of the garment, because there are garments that are more delicate than others. What I know is that the way that you use your garment makes a difference in the sense of having a less impact environmentally and socially. So, for example, if you have a garment that has lasted for many years, that's a good thing. Is more in a way to try to think about fast fashion. Whereas if you have a garment that you buy for £5 and you wear it one night and then you throw it, you know, that is more the statistics about it. So, yeah.
But those apps that we looked, that gives a very good reference.
Yes.
Also the lifespan of the clothes and the materials and the environment. So it's a good idea always keep researching these new apps and information we can get now. It's more conscious now about the
yes, and
the
even
fashion industry. Yes.
Yeah, and there are now even clothes that are being designed to disintegrate with water,
Yes.
you know. So there are a lot of last year there was an exhibition in Victoria and Albert about fashion and nature and the impact about, I mean, it's been huge since ever, but there were some fibers that they were studying from lemon peels and orange peels and how they can disintegrate easier, you know, because yeah, we're thinking about, yeah, people like to change clothes. So maybe some people don't want to invest in a sort of a capsule wardrobe, but there are these other fibers that can be disintegrated more easily. I think that it's a subject that it is changing so quickly, really.
Is it all right to ask a question here?
Yes.
Just really interesting, because I've not thought hugely about clothes from a sustainability point of view. It's one of my not quite so high up on my list of things at the moment, and that's just a personal choice. But I think probably one of my queries to do with sustainability a lot of the time is to do with where the root of the issue comes from. So I've been reading some quite interesting books on minimalism recently, and I think, I don't know, I definitely personally feel that it's been ingrained in me that I love to express myself through my clothes. Now today I'm feeling extremely sluggish and warm and cold, so I'm trying to stay warm and wear a nice jumper. But I do think that we as a society, and probably from an international perspective, across all different countries, a lot of people do express themselves where they have the capacity to do so from an economic point of view. They do use clothes to express themselves and do all of those things that we discussed at the start. But I'm kind of wondering, how do we break down that attitude that actually maybe clothes aren't just about being who we are, that maybe we should change our attitude to how we use clothes, and that would then create a reduction in the amount of waste and the way that we express ourselves, not necessarily through clothes, but actually learn to express ourselves through our communication. So I think there's a lot going on there that is more of a root issue, and that is a huge factor that will affect a huge amount of industry and all of the issues with the economic growth and the way people are treated in the industry as well. So I feel like that's a massive challenge to tackle.
Yeah, I think that fashion is so popular because it touches on the individuality, especially in the West. You know, our relationship with clothes is very, I'm talking from a white, privileged, you know, middle class type of attitude. And that doesn't mean that other people don't relate with identity, but I'm talking about our own experience. That you're right. I mean, and fashion touches precisely where, you know, and this is because all the algorithms, you have seen the social dilemma, no, in social media, the algorithms are always touching on what you want. And if you Google something about shoes, next minute you have 10 adverts about shoes, and they even go and say, have you thought about buying those shoes? Are you still thinking about buying those shoes? Because you should buy those shoes. Definitely those shoes will go very well with you. And then of course sometimes you're like this and you're like, you know what, I deserve it. I deserve the shoes, you know. There is this compensation. I feel it's all about what Herbert Marcuse described in the 1960s, no? The problem with culture and materialism and trying to define ourselves with having or doing instead of being. You know, sometimes even doing is also a way of consumption. Like, oh, I have done so many things in the day, I'm valuable. What about the being? Or I'm having all these clothes in my wardrobe. What about what are you? Are they really making you happy?
Can I add something?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. So about expressing ourselves through our clothes, I think there is this very, I guess it's a trend now because we have all been stuck at home. People are modifying their clothes instead of buying a new one. For example, I embroidered some of my T-shirts, and yeah, instead of throwing them away, now they are anew. They are reborn. I love them this way. So I think it doesn't take much time. It doesn't take much skill. So instead of buying new things, we can still express ourselves by changing our clothes, I think.
Yes. Also responsibility, mutual responsibility also in marketing, how was Kate was saying?
Yes.
Because they are teaching us to be certain type of prototype person, and that allows a lot of fast fashion culture to succeed because everybody wants to be the same, everybody wants to dress the same. So looking for our identity is very important, and that is the way that we can express ourselves, also like knitting and doing things for us.
Yes, I think that idea of being different is becoming also nice, and the handmade, you know, Carmen does a lot of macrame, and you were talking about this me time, no? Didn't you?
Slow down and having time for me, and every piece becomes part of your story as well.
Yeah. No, and the creative bit, you know, to be able to create things, even if it is not knitted perfectly or whatever, it's just wonderful. But I think we are in a change. I feel that the COVID is telling us that things can change. I mean, for example, the reduction of the pollution in the air, or the fact that now we are not buying so many clothes, and we realize we don't need them really. We're using them a lot, either to compensate or to play a role in certain contexts. I don't know, it's very interesting the moment that we are now, really.
Me as well, if I can add something.
Yes.
So it's like, yeah. So what happened just from my perspective of how I see these things is like fashion has been part of this story, of the history of humanity, you know. You cannot detach it from, it's a way of expression as well, and somehow a kind of art that express on ourselves day by day, yeah. So the deep point of this is like you don't have to take it apart one of the other. Yeah,
exactly.
For example, the fact of going to a vintage fair that I have been on many of those, where you can buy for 15 pounds, 15 kilo of clothes. Yeah, where you can be selective. You can give a second life to that clothes that someone else did use somehow and did already pollute and did already create an impact on different societies where it was made. And additionally, when you use less clothes, you put all your personality out, yeah, because you don't let in the hands of others create what you are, yeah. Sometimes we let too much to the fashion brands to create our personalities, when you have to give identity from the simple things to show for real your inside. So sometimes I can have two pairs of jeans, and my creativity and all of me is gonna be put on to create, what I want to show up to people, how I want to represent myself. And it's not, I don't need too much money or use all the popular brands that everyone is saying to me that I have to use. I feel proud of how I go out and I don't create any impact, and I create even a positive impact on my day by day and my choices. And then I feel, this is me. This is what I want to show, and this is what people and consumers should think day by day. It's not only being attached to the material. That is not me. I have a spiritual as well. And the spiritual shows up more than anything else that you can buy in a shop. That's it.
You're totally right, Luisa. And I'm glad that you mentioned this, because part of what we wanted to do with this program, I'm going to show you this last slide, if I may. And where is it? The thing is to share a screen. Yeah, share. I wanted to show you this because what we wanted was not to put people in the spot because they are wearing certain brand or certain material, because that's not the point. The point is that we have options, and we can make decisions. So we wanted to move the narrative from doom to bloom. We didn't want like, oh my God, what is the case of everything? Everything is so horrible. I better, I don't know. There is no case, I'm not going to do anything, but to say, actually, you can do things. Actually, think about what you want to say with your clothes and what you want to say with your ideals and your principles. And this was also being thought for teaching, because what we had was that I was teaching ethics and social responsibility, environmental management, and the students were doing assignments about Tesco and Apple and Google, and I was like, no more. I cannot read another of those assignments because they are not telling me anything about yourself, anything. So I wanted we wanted that the students and participants were talking about themselves. So it's this thing about action learning, and instead of having theories, the ethical theories and Kant and this and that, they were thinking, what is my ethic? What is what I want to say? So I think that in a way what we wanted was to go beyond this narrative of disempowering. And we really hope, guys, that we are empowering you to take better decisions, more informed decisions. And that is the actual purpose of this. This is the purpose of this workshop, that to empower you to think about, to keep on loving your clothes, to think about them, and to act and to make decisions.